I go by the name of Brother Prime. A few of the people in here know me from doing youth programs with their young people. And Sister Akua asked me to come and speak about Nia. Right, to speak about our fifth principle of our seven principles. Now Nia is purpose. So the fact that we are in physical bodies, we're here to do something. We're not here to hang on the block and be niggers.
Say it again.
We're not here because we're in flesh, because we're in human bodies. Our purpose is not to be on the block like niggers. Because the reason why niggers hang on the block, because that's what they did to you. They hung you. And the people who got hung got branded as niggers. So if your purpose is to be a nigger, then you're on your own. Because the universe does not seek to protect anything that does not protect itself. The universe always says yes to you. No matter what you put out there in the universe, it always says yes. So if you say you can't, and I don't, and all these negative words, then that's what the universe is going to get you. So our purpose, since we're dealing with Nia, after today, after you digest all the principles and you go over there and take a look at that bird and actually think about it, that somebody actually carved this thing with their hands. Because that purpose is not a purpose for that bird to be sitting right there right now for us to admire it. But that was that person's purpose. You have your own purpose. We're going to speak about Harriet Tubman's purpose. Why did she do what she did? Just because she woke up one day and just said, yeah, I'm just going to try to help my people get out of slavery? Or was she guided to do that? Because she was in tune with herself. From the start of this event, room should have been this quiet. So purpose. Purpose of me saying that is so next year it'll be like this from the start. That people don't have to be yelling over people. Because Sister Akua doesn't have to be here to do anything for anybody. People didn't color all those things, hang up all this stuff, have you guys got food and all that, just for you to come in here and act like niggers. Because you're bigger than that, or you wouldn't have got anything to eat. Everybody's belly's full right now, right? Right?
Yep.
Whose belly's not full?
Not mine.
Your belly careful.
According to accounts, it's never full.
Yeah, he belly careful.
And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Right? So, and there's more food back there. So you don't have to have a hungry belly. Because there's still food sitting right there for you to eat.
Yeah.
But that had to come from somewhere. Because somebody had a purpose.
The purpose, yeah.
And that person's purpose was to make sure that when people come here, whoever decides to come to this Kwanzaa thing, we give out flyers, we send emails, text people, whatever. Whoever decides to come, make sure that, you know what I mean? There's something to eat. Somebody even left and ran to go get plates because there was no plates. How much people ate from a plate? You guys should thank the plate person.
Ashe.
Give a shout out to her or him.
Right? So purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Sister was here to go get the plates. That was her purpose today. If she didn't go get the plates, nobody would have ate anything. Yeah, well, some people might have improvised, you know. Right? So this quote, wise men who have delved into the truth of the absorption of the mind have said that most people's minds are as hard as a rock. Just as a rock is impervious to water, information that falls on our hard mind bounces off without a trace. A hard mind offers immense resistance to previously absorbed information that prevents the flow of knowledge and action. Our mind must be as soft as a sponge for maximum absorption. So that's basically saying to have an open mind. Don't close your mind off to something because you think it has no benefit to you. Because more than likely it has benefit to you. It just wasn't something that you had on your radar, so you didn't pick up on it. But if my radar is this big, and I'm only going to see things that are in my radar that's this big, all these things out here are still relative. They're still happening, even though I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking through this little circle. But if I broaden my perspective, or if I open my mind, or if I make my mind as soft as a sponge, I would allow everything to come into my mind. Even stupid stuff. Just so I can know what stupid stuff is so I don't do it. Right? And majority of the presentation, like we're just going to be sliding through these because I don't have all the time in the world. And that's how much work we need to do as a people to get ourselves back to the soft as a sponge mind. Because they said it right at the top that most people's minds are hard as a rock. Most people. So that means few people have sponge minds. Right? Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. So the first picture is King of Hawaii. Right? Royalty. Now when they talk about, restore our people to their traditional greatness, that's the purpose of Nia. The purpose of Nia is to restore you to your traditional greatness. And again, your traditional greatness was that you're not niggers. You're not Negroes. You're not black people. You actually have a lineage that if you go look in some books, you would find out that you have a lineage, but only you can do that. If you want to go play NBA 2K or whatever, or you want to watch the ball game instead of getting knowledge, when you know you're not making it to the NBA, or you'll be training right now.
Education comes first.
And education has to do with traditional greatness, because we were the first teachers. And we taught everybody everything that they know. Why do you think, how many of you go to school in Toronto? Okay. How many of your teachers look like you?
What do you mean?
How many of your teachers look like you? How many teachers in your school look like you?
One.
Anywhere else?
One.
One?
What about the curriculum?
All? What school do you go to? Say that again? All right. And at that school, everybody looks like you, right? All right. Our community. Our. Not ours and then other people coming in and, doing what they want to do. Our.
But what do you mean by it's other people look like as me, like if they have my face and everything?
How about you think about it and you let me know what you think I do.
I was thinking that way.
Right? Purpose.
So what do you mean by that?
I'll show you. Purpose. Right? How many people heard about Noble Drew Ali before? By show of hands. About 5 people. How many people heard about Jay-Z? How many people heard about Lil Wayne? How many people heard about Beethoven? How many people heard about Socrates? Christopher Columbus? How many people heard about Rob Ford?
We don't like him.
How many people heard about Jesus? Buddha? Muhammad?
Never know.
You never heard about the name Noble Drew Ali before? And that's a problem. If you know about all those other people and you never heard about Noble Drew Ali before, you're being cheated in your education about who you are. By whoever it is that told you whatever you are. Noble Drew Ali was born as a Cherokee Indian. Everybody heard about Cherokee Indian people? Somebody tell me what Cherokee Indian is.
First native tribe in southern United States.
One second. If you're gonna speak, because I heard you guys talking when the food was going on, and you guys were loud, so you have voices and stuff like that. When you're gonna speak, speak so that every corner of the room hears you. Just like if you're in the gym right now and you're trying to yell, "Pass right now, I'm open."
It's the First Nations tribe located in Nevada, in the United
Okay.
States.
First Nations tribe. All right. Everybody seen how Indians look? How do Indians look?
Reddish blue. Tan.
Tan. Okay. How's he look?
Black.
Okay. He was an Indian.
He looks African.
He was a Cherokee Indian. Born in America. That looks just like you. And he was only born in 1886. But he's a Cherokee Indian. And his purpose in 1913 was to come and teach people who look like him that you're not Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian. Because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865. Alright? This was his purpose. So on your own time, you can research Noble Drew Ali and what he brought you. Now, purpose. Sorry. Purpose. The reason for which something exists or is done, made, used, etc. An intended or desired result, an end, aim, goal, determination, resoluteness, the subject in hand, the point at issue, practical result, effect, or advantage. So purpose means being active, having some type of activity. Right? A few years ago, a number of years ago, there's a movie called The Black Knight. And Martin Lawrence was in this movie. A comedian named Martin Lawrence. And through the whole movie, everybody else in the movie is calling him a Moor. And they keep calling him a Moor throughout the whole movie. And the whole thing about the movie is him just asking the question, what's this Moor thing? Everybody keeps sitting down contemplating to himself. What's this Moor thing that these people are talking about? Everybody's calling me a Moor. Like through the whole movie. That's all they called him. They didn't call him black guy. They didn't call him African guy. They didn't call him African American. They didn't call him Negro.